Does my backup power generator need a GFCI outlet? Have you ever wondered if your backup power generator needs a ground fault circuit interrupter outlet? This is an important question, especially when it comes to safety during emergencies. Let's break it down. A backup power generator often requires a ground fault circuit interrupter outlet, particularly for its 120-volt receptacles. This requirement is all about protecting you from electrical shock hazards. Ground fault circuit interrupter outlets monitor the electrical current and can quickly cut power if they detect a ground fault. A ground fault can happen if electricity flows through an unintended path, like water or even a person. This protection becomes essential in emergency situations, especially when generators are used outdoors or in damp environments. Ground fault circuit interrupter outlets work by detecting differences in current between the hot and neutral wires. If the difference exceeds a few milliamps, the outlet trips, preventing electrocution. Electrical codes typically requiring ground fault circuit interrupter protection for outdoor outlets, garages, and other potentially wet locations where generators are often used. If your portable generator has unbonded neutrals, it usually needs ground fault circuit interrupter protection on all 120-volt, 15 and 20-amp receptacles if it has both 120-volt and 120-240-volt outlets. Many portable generators come with built-in ground fault circuit interrupter outlets on their 120-volt receptacles to meet safety standards. If your generator has a bonded neutral, the ground fault circuit interrupter requirements can differ. However, for unbonded neutral generators, ground fault circuit interrupter protection is generally mandatory on all 120-volt outlets. Using ground fault circuit interrupter outlets on generators helps prevent shocks during use in wet or outdoor conditions. This is particularly important during emergencies when you might need to rely on your generator. If you connect your generator to home wiring using a manual transfer switch, improper neutral-to-ground connections can cause ground fault circuit interrupter trips. Testing with a jumper between neutral and ground can help verify proper ground fault circuit interrupter function. For practical applications, always use a generator with ground fault circuit interrupter protected outlets or add portable ground fault circuit interrupter devices to protect against electrical hazards. Ensure your generator's electrical setup complies with local electrical codes and safety standards to avoid shock risks during power outages. Regularly test ground fault circuit interrupter outlets on your generator to confirm they trip correctly. This helps maintain safety readiness. Position the generator outdoors, away from moisture, but still use ground fault circuit interrupter protection as a critical safety layer. Understanding your generator's neutral bonding status and how it affects ground fault circuit interrupter requirements is essential for safe connections to your home electrical system. In summary, using a backup power generator with ground fault circuit interrupter outlets or adding ground fault circuit interrupter protection is essential to reduce the risk of electrical shock during emergency power use. This safety measure is especially important when operating generators in wet or outdoor conditions.